Hi my lovelies, welcome back to my channel, and for everybody who is new, I'm Leorah and I'm so glad you found me. So welcome to today's video, which is going to be negative. Guess what? I'm going to do a video about the 10 things that I hate about what YouTubers do. And I'm sure I could do more than that. I think I could do less, whatever, you know. I just think like 10 things that YouTubers do that I really can't stand. That's just a nice number. So let's go right into that without further ado. Let's do that. Okay, so anyway, this is not in order of like importance or in anything, like it's just whatever came to my mind, you know. That's how I wrote it down. Okay, so let's start. The first thing is when YouTubers start their video by saying, I really didn't want to make this video. Why? What? Really? Why did you do that then? Did someone magically put you in front of the camera, turned on the light, turned on the camera, put some makeup on you, and gave you the thoughts to talk to the camera? I don't buy it. I don't buy it, and it is usually it's YouTubers who are already bigger and who have already the thing, you know, that they don't need to create content anymore. So I don't know, that just really doesn't vibe with me, because we in the small YouTuber community, we are like really working hard on this, you know, especially like when you have a passion and you're not just doing it because like, you know, you have nothing else to do, then really that doesn't sit well with me, honestly. Like, yeah, I really didn't want to do this video, but yeah. Do you know what I mean? I hate that. It's not right. It's just get a job, you know? All right, the next one, fake apology videos. I'm so over that. You know, when I started to watch YouTube, which was like on a regular basis, of course I've always watched some YouTube, but I never watched it really for entertainment up until like 2 years ago. Before then I just watched it when I had a question or when I needed some information or something, you know. And then after that I started to watch it also for entertainment, just, you know, on the side while I was like doing chores in the kitchen or something, you know. So anyway, only then I became aware of like the beauty community and like of course other communities, but I'm not into other content really too much. So I'm sticking more to the beauty community at large, like which also includes of course jewelry and fashion and things like this, but mostly of course makeup. So anyway, of course there is a whole big chunk of trauma going on all the time, and of course there are those typical videos with someone sitting on the floor and like crying crocodile tears and having the hoodie on and no makeup, and you know, so these are usually the people who are usually in front of the camera, super styled, big lashes, super flawless makeup, like a million filters on the camera, and then they sit there and like, you know what I mean? That just, I don't understand. Now, I do understand that when you're actually really like grief-stricken and you're hurting and you're really like down, that you do not feel like putting on your makeup. But it just feels like this is like a cookie cutter thing that sort of has to happen. It's already expected that this is what you're going to do. You know, you're sitting on the floor in front of like a messy background or something, and you're going to be all, you know, oh, me poor little soul, and making a 40-minute long video without really saying anything. That is really annoying. Now, if you're really down about something that you did, then you can do it in style. Be the best you can possibly be, and I think, yes, of course you can be in front of the camera without makeup. I have no problem with this, and I've been here without makeup too, so this is not even the issue. The issue is that it just feels so fake because they're all following this one thing, you know, this one like way of doing this. And I had a question before already, and I spoke about this in a video before, how I would react when there would be drama going on about me. And I said that it would depend on if it's my fault or if I have just been dragged into it and it's not really my fault. So I would be really tempted to just like duck down like a rabbit, you know, and let it blow over. But if I were to come on camera and have to apologize for something, I would do it in style. And if I don't, if I ever sit here with a hoodie and crying and no makeup, please unsubscribe. Please don't, but you know what I mean? So, because that is just not me, and I want to be, even in that situation, even if it is a hard situation and embarrassing and humiliating, I still want to be the best that I can possibly be. And I don't care about doing videos that are just whining about my poor, miserable life and things like this. I would want to give you in that video solutions for the problem and how I'm going to try to fix what I've done, you know? So that is that. Number 3, I'm exhausted. Okay, number 3, let me just read this. Okay, I hate it when YouTubers just disappear and don't upload without a warning, if YouTube is their job. Okay, so if YouTube is their job and this is what they do, I expect them to deliver, because this is their job. If you're a nurse or a I don't know, how do you say that, a constructor? Like if you're working on a building site, building houses or something, you also can't just drop out without saying anything and just come back in 2 weeks. This is your job. Do your job. People are depending on you. Yes, social media is maybe not all that, like, it's not that like real life, you know, but it sort of is on a different level. But you know, people are looking up to you. People want your advice. People need you, you know. There are actually people looking forward to my videos every single day. It's mind-blowing, but yes, even on my level, I feel like I have a responsibility, and not everybody needs to watch every single video every day, because I have, of course, a spectrum of things, because I'm doing lifestyle and also beauty, and it's not like, not everything is for everybody, and I don't expect that, but I know that people are waiting for my videos and are enjoying my videos, and this entitlement of, especially, you know, bigger YouTubers who have like millions, and then they just drop out, and I don't get it. I don't get it. Was it your choice to do this? Then do it. If you don't want to do it anymore, then make an announcement that you don't want to do it anymore. Or if you want to take a break, then go on and say, I'm going to take a break. Nobody's going to be angry, because yes, of course, you deserve to have a break. I'm going to take a break at some point, maybe too, but I'm going to come here and say it, and I'm not just going to disappear. You know, so that is that. So if that's your job, if it's not your job, then like if you're just doing it sort of on the side to your normal life job, then I feel a little bit differently about it. But what I also cannot sort of vibe well with is that even like smaller YouTubers, also even smaller than me, don't upload regularly and then come on and like every time say, oh, I'm sorry, I haven't uploaded for so long, but this and that and the other thing. But then in the same sentence say, I can't seem to make my channel grow and you guys are not interested. And you know, that all, it doesn't fit together. You have to put in the work in order to get the stuff back that you want to gain. And of course it's about gaining. It's about gaining subscribers. It's about gaining a platform. It's about gaining exposure. It's about It's about influencing the YouTube algorithm towards your favor. I don't know how to say this in proper English. I hope you do understand. You know, you have to be smart about this. If you want to be successful, you have to put in the hours, you have to put in the work. And if you can do that, that's fine. But then you can also not expect that your channel is going to explode, unless you maybe have like one video that goes viral, and then of course it might. But you know, so just saying that the expectations and what you're getting back sort of has to, and also the work that you're putting in sort of has to be in a balance, you know. That was number, I think, 3. Okay. Then number 4, the YouTubers that claim that they don't do YouTube for the money. I think that is just straight out a lie. It's not true. I don't believe it for 1 second. Everybody who goes on YouTube wants to have a career here, and everybody has the dream, at least the dream, if not really the goal, but the dream that at some point you're going to make a few bucks off this, and maybe even that you can live off it at some point, you know? I personally, when I started my YouTube channel, I did it to save my life, as you probably know by now, because I just needed something to hold on to and like to give me a purpose and to like do something, because I was very, very lost, and I was like in the middle of a high-pitched eating disorder, and it was like really, really crazy, and I just needed something to do, you know, that was just for me, because as a mom of 7 kids, there is nothing really, like there is not a lot of you left after that, you know what I mean? So I did that, but in the back of my mind was, wouldn't it be great if I could still be a mom of 7 kids who are still rather young, if I could work from home, you know, and just have my little place here in my home. I can film here, I can do the editing here and everything, and I could make some money and contribute to our household expenses, you know. That was obviously in the back of my mind, and I never thought that I would, maybe, I don't know, that's not true. I hoped I would get monetized at some point, and I'm now monetized since September 2019, and it's not a lot. It's not a lot that I'm getting out of this. It's like, I think I'm not, by YouTube, not allowed to say amounts, I'm pretty sure. So it's not a lot, and it's not every month that I'm getting paid. So let's just put it that way. And I'm certainly putting in the hours, you know. So yeah. So I don't believe that people are not doing it for the money, because yes, doing YouTube, especially beauty YouTube, is super expensive, because you're putting a lot into it before you even get close to starting to get anything out of it, you know. So yes, the money is definitely an issue. Subscriber count is definitely an issue. Watch hours are definitely an issue. All of that is an issue, and it would be just wrong to say it's not, because it's just not true. It is an issue, and it is important, and that's what it is. Okay, let's just be real. Okay, the next thing, what I really, really hate is super over-the-top behavior. Like, I'm not against entertainment, and I hope, like, when I look at my first videos, and again, don't go and watch them, when I look at my first videos, I was like, I just took a sleeping pill, and I think I have become more myself in front of the camera, because in the beginning I was just frozen in place, in full of fear that I'm saying something wrong, and you know, all of these things. So it is a growth process. It is like there is a learning curve, you know, and I get it. And you have to start talking faster. You have to be entertaining in the way you're moving, the way you look, you know, whatever. I get it, but this over the top behavior, and that is usually like younger teenager YouTubers who are like, hey you guys, and la la la, like that. No, I'm too old for that. I'm sorry. That is exhausting, and I can't take it. Sorry, unsubscribed. You know what I mean? That is not for me, and I even feel that I am sometimes over the top. When I had like 2 coffees before I'm filming, I almost can't get through editing my own videos, because I think people are gonna hate me. You know what I mean? Because also my audience is a little bit more mature, which I love. Nothing against teenagers, like everybody's welcome here. This is a safe space for everybody, but I just feel that we also need a place for more mature people, because we deserve that too, okay? Because I'm also more mature, believe it or not. I'm 40, so yeah, I'm not a child anymore. Okay, so over the top behavior is just a no-go for me. I can't do it. All this screaming and screeching and jumping, and I don't know, it's just too much. Entertainment, yes, but over the top behavior, no. Okay, the next thing is when YouTubers ask for you to subscribe at the beginning of the video. I absolutely hate that, and I know that I did that, I think, in the very beginning too, because I had watched YouTube tutorials on how to make videos, and that's what they said, you know, ask people to subscribe at the beginning of the video and at the end of the video, because most people drop out by the end of the video. They're not there anymore, you know, so nobody subscribes to you. I get that, I understand that part of it, but deliver me something before I make this commitment to subscribe. You know, I don't like that. I don't like to, yes, I can anytime unsubscribe. I know it's not such a big deal, but I'm not that kind of a person. I like to see something and be convinced that this is something that I could vibe with, and then I will subscribe, you know? So for a long time already, I have not, like, I don't know, a long time, I have not done that I'm asking, before we get into the video, hit the subscribe button and doing this and doing this and doing this, doing this. No, I'm not giving the person who has just found me a to-do list. I'm not, you know. Enjoy yourself here, feel at home here. If you like it, then stick around. Don't need to subscribe yet. Come back next time. Look at my next video. Check out my other videos that I have done so far. And if you like it, subscribe. And if you don't, then, and if you still want to watch but not subscribe, then do that. Like, seriously, you know, it's not that deep. Yes, I want subscribers. Definitely, I want the platform, and I want, because this is also how brands see you, by your subscriber count and by your exposure, but not for the price of begging. You know what I mean? I'm not doing that. Okay, the next thing is probably, of all of the things, and it might sound so silly to you, but this might be the most annoying thing to me, because it is really, really shallow of me to think that way, but still. Anyway, so the next thing is YouTubers, and that is actually happening not only with small inexperienced YouTubers, it happens all the time, even with YouTubers who have 500,000 or something, you know. I'm not gonna tell you names, because that would be just not nice, but maybe when you're watching people, just look out for it, and maybe you'll see it. So people who are constantly talking to the viewfinder. Now, when I'm filming, I'm looking straight into the lens of the camera, because this is the place where I'm being filmed. I'm not looking at the viewfinder, because then it would look like this. Hi my lovelies, welcome back to my channel, and for everybody who is new, I'm Leorah, and I'm so glad you found me. So today we're talking about this and that and the other thing, and I'm talking not to you, I'm talking to the viewfinder. Do you get what I'm saying? Isn't that annoying? I hate that so much. You know, yes, I also have to talk to, I don't have to talk to the viewfinder, but I have to sometimes look at the viewfinder for a second in order to see if I'm in frame and if I'm in focus. It's normal, and that's okay, but like, to straight out, like, just talk to the viewfinder, because this is where I see myself, and I cannot just take my eyes away from my own picture. Don't do that. Don't do that. How do you connect to your audience if they don't have the feeling that you're looking them into the eye? You know, like, I know that it is hard, but you have to train yourself to do that, or to not do that, you know? So in the beginning, when I was still filming with my phone, I actually had a little, like, a post-it note with a big arrow that pointed to the place where the camera is. So I would know that this is the place where I have to look, and I cannot look on the screen of the phone, because then it's going to look like I'm looking past my subscribers and I'm talking to the side. You know, like, seriously, it's like having a one-to-one conversation in real life with a person, and you're constantly looking down. Like, who's interested in that, right? Or you're looking like, ah, nice weather, hi. You know, so that is the most annoying thing, and usually when people do that, I unsubscribe. But now I am sort of part of this little small creator community, and I'm subscribed to a lot of people that I'm just supporting by me being subscribed, by not necessarily actually watching them or like every single video, maybe just dropping in here and there, but as a lot of them do that, and it is super annoying, really annoying. And I love you people, but please try to get over this. Take your focus away from the viewfinder and talk to the lens, to the camera lens, because this is where your audience is. Please. Okay, the next thing is, and that happens usually with bigger YouTubers who have a bigger audience and who also get more hate than maybe us in the smaller YouTube community. And I get it that that is a very, very scary place. And at some point, you probably, if you get criticized a lot or whatever, that you start to be more careful in what you're saying. But to have like 500 apologies in every video is ridiculous. It is your channel, it is your person, it is your opinion, it is you, and you do not need to apologize when it's raining outside or when there is a gush of wind that could be heard on camera or like on on the audio, or if you have a pimple, or if you have your period, or if the dog is barking, or if the neighbor is drilling, you do not need to apologize, or like, you know, just make like a funny comment and go like, ah, that's interesting, you know, or whatever. Just be cute about it and don't apologize. It's your life. What can you do? You know, I had videos where, like, I'm living, of course, next to a street, and sometimes the garbage truck comes. When I'm filming during the day, the garbage truck comes, and when he backs out backwards from our street, there is like this beep, 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 beep going, you know, and you can hear that, and sometimes I'm like, yeah, but they have to work too, so what can I do? Just be cool about it, you know, and don't, especially like when you have a pimple, why would you have to apologize that? Like, there are people going on camera and saying, okay, so let's get the elephant out of the room, and then they point to the pimple. Seriously, you are a person, you have hormones, people break out, it's a normal thing to happen, you know, really. So get over it. We do not need to be in this kind of apologetic mindset that we have to apologize for normal things to happen. Apologize for the important things, you know? Apologize for the drama you've caused, but don't apologize for like just sitting here in a sweatshirt, or for not having washed your hair, or whatever. It's your choice. You do not need to be in front of the camera if you just want to be wearing a sweatshirt and didn't wash your hair. But like, own it. If you're already doing it, then own it. Okay, next thing, and that I think is number 9, is not being real, because there are so many, and again, that is probably more a problem in the bigger YouTube community, where there are influencers who are one way in front of the camera, and then you see them on Instagram or on, I don't know, social media events or something like this, where you see that they are actually behaving like super, super different. And I think as a place where you have a platform and where you have an influence, it is super, super important that you actually are the person that you are, because people are looking up to you, and people get inspired by you, and especially if you have a younger audience who is still, you know, you can really, really influence them, what they should believe, what they should buy, what they should wear. Then it is super, super important that you are actually behind what you're saying, and that you are the way you are. Okay, my last point that I wanted to make is, let me give you an example, okay? Let me just grab something. Okay, this blush. I didn't use this today, it doesn't matter. It's just an example, okay? So let me just give you an example. This is the Kiko Milano Ocean Feel blush. This is the best thing that could have ever happened to you. You need this in your life, because otherwise you will never be happy again. Go ahead and buy this. You can use my code, and this is the one thing that you have to have in this season. Otherwise you will not be part of the gang. You know, of course I overdid it a little bit now, but this is basically the whole idea. The thing, if you're introducing something or a palette, for example, today I used this palette here, the JC Cosmetics #Besties palette, which looks like this. If I were to say, now this palette is the holy of holiest grails, and there is nothing better in the whole world, and this will make your makeup look so stunning, and there is nothing else that you need. And you know what I mean? Do you get the point? It is not that simple. It is not like that, you know? And please correct me if I'm wrong. I always try to, when I'm saying this was perfect for me, I love this, I could just have this palette for the rest of my life, but I'm saying that I could have it, you know? That was working for me, on my skin tone, on my whatever. This is what worked for me. And you can then go ahead and see, okay, does she have my complexion? Do we have more or less the same likes in what we do like in general, you know? And then you can go ahead and try if you like it too. But even then, not every formula vibes the same way with everybody. And it is such a dangerous thing to say, go ahead and buy this because you need this and this is going to be awesome on you. Because let me give you a very, very famous example in my own life. Angelica, you know that Angelica, I love her, and she is in a lot of ways like 90% of my inspiration. And she was the first YouTuber I really seriously started watching, because I was absolutely mesmerized by her and by her style when it comes to makeup, by her, how she explains colors. I'm craving this, to learn this, to do this, how she's explaining colors. But And we also have the same like style and preferences when it comes to makeup, for the most part, you know. And we also have almost the same complexion and whatever, so we are vibing the same way in a lot of ways. But she said, and I've talked about this so many times before, so please forgive me, but that the Colourpop highlighters from the Villains collection, for example, this one, Ursula, the Super Shock highlighters are the best, and this is the most amazing formula, and I've heard other people say it too. And she said, like, this is the one, this is the holy grail of 2019, and she wishes that there would be more shades coming out, and so on and so forth. And I'm 100% sure that she's not lying. I'm 100% sure that this is absolutely true for her, which is good. But for me, it's not. I hate them. I bought them because she said that, because I thought, like, 99% of the time we are vibing the same way, we have the same preferences. So I bought them. I waited like 6 weeks till they made their way from America to Israel. I was so excited to have them because I saw they looked amazing on her. They performed absolutely lovely and the colors looked stunning. And I tried them and it was horrible. It was the single most horrible experience, makeup experience, that I had here on my channel. It took off my color correcting, it took off my foundation, and as a result of that I had my melasma showing. I had to take off all the foundation below my eyes and do the whole thing again, including the color correcting and everything, and then I used a different highlighter. So I'm very, very careful with saying things like this, because I really do believe that we have to stress this in order to not, like, trap people into a situation where they think this is what's going to work for me, and then they're going to be super, super disappointed when it doesn't. Or maybe, and that happened to me too in this case, that I felt like, how useless am I? Why can't I make this work? Why is everybody super happy with those highlighters? Just me, poor little Leorah, can't make it work. You know, I'm a makeup artist. I learned this. I'm not ignorant about makeup, but for me, it doesn't work. So just saying that we have to be super, super careful with this, and don't say that this is the most amazing thing and you have to have this because this is going to be stunning. Yes, on me, yeah, but maybe not on you. You have to try. Go, if you can, go and swatch it in store or whatever, you know. But we have to be really, really careful not to give a wrong impression, because I think that's just I don't know, I don't want to say careless, that is not the right word, I don't know how to say it, but anyway, it's just not right, okay? We have to be careful because there are people's emotions involved, there's people's money involved, you know? People are saving up for things, and maybe here we just talked about like $12, which is, it's $12, it's still $12, you know? But you could just do the same thing for, like, with a palette that is $60, and then a person has to save up 2 months to buy that one palette, and then that person is going to be super disappointed if that formula doesn't work for that person, because I said this is the one formula to have, this is going to be awesome. You know, so I really try to always say that for me personally, this was a super, super good experience, whatever, you know. But yeah, so that, I think it was 10 points. These were the 10 points that I wanted to mention. Give me your feedback, what you think. Of course, you can also let me know what it is that you don't like what YouTubers do. Maybe I can learn something. You can also, if you do it kindly, you can also share some things that you don't like what I do. But please be kind, because, you know, after all, I'm your Leorah. Okay, all right, so please, if you're new here, then subscribe to my channel, because now at the end of the video I feel very good about mentioning that. Please subscribe, and if you did like the video, then give it a like, and besides that, come back for my next video, which is going to be super soon. And up until then, definitely go ahead and sparkle. Hugs and kisses. Bye.